Yes, I do have a new mask because it's too stressful relying on a beret and a mask that always are split apart. So I'm using a balaclava because it's only one piece. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about World War II. World War II was a massive war from 1939 to 1945. In the video, we'll talk about the basics and the essentials that you shouldn't know if you are studying about World War II, but we won't be talking about the Pacific Theater or Africa. First, we'll talk about the basics. So, how did it all start? In 1918, World War One was over and Germany is crippled. They go through a massive depression, so Germany needs a new leader to help them get through this depression. By January 30th, 1933, the leader of the NSP, NSDAP, or just the Nazi Party, Adolf Hitler, or just Hitler, was elected as Chancellor of Germany. Hitler declared war on Austria and then Czechoslovakia. Britain is angry because they only wanted uh, Hitler to take the Sudetenlands, which is a part of uh, Czechoslovakia, which borders Germany. So Britain signs a pact with France and Poland that states if Germany invades Poland, that they will all declare war on Germany. On September 1st, 1939, Germany finally invades Poland, which led France and Britain to be angry. So the Phony War begun. The Phony War is basically the start of World War II, but nothing actually happened other than the Germans invaded Poland. So that led for Germany to invade countries like Denmark and Norway. It only took Germany 6 hours to invade Denmark. It's crazy, really think about it. So then, with their new power from Norway, which gave them all these materials like gold, iron, and all that, they would have enough power to invade the lowlands. So then they would be able to invade France. Oh, I did a lot. And then they got countries like Italy, Bulgaria, Romania to help Germany take over the Balkans. Before the worst mistake in history, they would they would invade the Soviet Union, which was the biggest mistake in history because the Soviet Union is massive, like very big. Because if you all know, if you all actually learn about geography and don't just watch my videos, you'll know that Russia is the largest country in the world. But imagine countries like the Baltics, and no, not the Balkans, the Baltics, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, all them, Belarus, Ukraine, all them uh, against under one leader, which is massive. I mean, massive. I might be able to put a picture up on screen because I just installed CapCut. Well, as of this 11th of November, uh, this is coming out sometime in January, I think. Just schedules. I installed CapCut, so hopefully I'll be able to put a picture just as an idea. But it was massive because they also had countries in Asia like Kazakhstan and all them. So ultimately, winter came along, and in Russia, The winters are horrible, freezing cold. Imagine having to fight in freezing cold, shivering. I couldn't imagine. So that would lead to Germany starting a retreat. So after the retreat, uh, around the 6th of June 1944, the Allies invaded Normandy Beach, which led to Germany having two sides open rather than one side. So Germany would ultimately lose the war because on the 2nd of September 1945, the Soviets, I don't know if the Allies did, would enter not Belarus, Berlin, sorry, which ultimately led to the defeat of Germany. Although it led to the defeat of Germany, it did not lead to the end of World War II, as the Japanese were still there. I won't get into much details, but they're still there. So it didn't officially end, but a few days later, maybe a month, I think, uh, the Americans would drop the atomic bombs on Japan. Now it's time to talk about the essentials. So, before we talk about the essentials, we need to know what actually led to World War Two. So, it's 1914 in the city of It's the 28th of June 1914 in the city of Sarajevo. Is that how you pronounce it? You heard about it in my Yugoslavia video. I had to like look it up. So just so much effort for one city. Bosnia. At that time, Bosnia was a part of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. But in Sarajevo on that day, the Archduke of Austria-Hungary was is Austria-Hungary, not Austria-Hungary. Never say that. I got myself in big trouble for saying. Well, not really, but I hate myself because I said that. I used to say Austria-Hungary instead of Austria-Hungary. Uh, the Archduke of Austria-Hungary was assassinated by a Serbian man. After the assassination, the Austrian-Hungarian Empire would declare war on Serbia. Ultimately, because of that, the German Empire would declare war on Serbia, but Serbia was allied with Russia, so Russia would declare war on Germany and the Austria-Hungary. I swear if I said Austria-Hungary, I'm so sorry. Uh, which led to the France and England joining because of because Russia, France, and England had a pact too. So then all that happened. So that started World War One. But then Germany would start like in I can't think of the word. They would basically fight America within America. So they would do all that, like blow up places. So then America was like, "What on earth are you doing?" So they declared war on the German Empire, along with um, along with Austria-Hungary, and by this point, Bulgaria and the Ottoman Empire would join. All right. So sorry. So ultimately, in 1918, as we talked about before, the Treaty of Versailles was signed, which led Germany to sign a pact that would basically cripple Germany. They could not really do anything. A loaf of bread was worth more than a modern day house. Can you believe that? You can't even afford bread. You'd, the amount of money you'd need for one loaf of bread would be enough to cook the food that you don't have. So obviously, Germany was so pissed at the Allies. I don't know if they, I don't know how to pronounce what they were during World War I, but the World War I Allies. So then, so then they would need a new leader, but this leader was kind of corrupt. He told Germany that he would get them out of the depression, but he also hated the Jews, he hated the communists, he hated stuff like that. So then he would be elected. This man, he would be elected as chancellor. This man was Adolf Hitler, the leader of the Nazi party in Germany, which would be a big mistake by Germany, as it led to them starting World War II, which lost most of their land. Uh, so he was elected as chancellor of the Weimar Republic. Oh, fuck, something eater. So Hitler said when he was elected of as Chancellor of the Weimar Republic, in toward Warmen Briggen und Deutschland Briggen Heil Hitler. Oh, sorry, I will not be able to pronounce it in German, but it means, oh, bring living space, living Straum, yeah, to uh, bring living space to the glory of Germany, Heil Hitler, which means like hail, and Hitler was kind of a narcissistic, and the way they did it would the Nazi salute, they would put their arm up in the air. Wait, I'm gonna find out which arm. Where's my mouse? Basically, they'd put their right hand, they'd uh, they'd put their right arm in the air and straighten their hand, and then say, "Well, Heil Hitler." So then, all Hitler would say, "Heil Hitler," and then all the Nazis would do that too. Anyways, moving on. By March 13, 1938, the Auschwitz happened, which was when Germany practically. Sorry. Uh, Germany practically invaded Austria, but it wasn't a full invasion. It wasn't really an invasion. The German forces entered Austria with no resistance whatsoever. They just walked in. So then England and France were scared that another world war would begin, so they went and signed a treaty, which Hitler did not obey at all. He just practically threw it out the window. So then he would start an invasion of Czechoslovakia, and he would invade. And so then Britain again would be like, hey, stop. So he signed a treaty that claimed that he'll only invade the Sudetenlands, which was a lie. He would not do that because Hitler was an asshole. Who's he going to obey? His mother? No, she was dead. So Britain wasn't happy, so they signed. Oh, wait. Oh yeah. So the actual name of the treaty was the Munich Agreement, which tried to stop World War II, but it didn't. So I'm running out of time. So part two coming tomorrow. Never mind, it's coming today.